Hello, hello, hello. It's Miss Ronnie today on this gloomy Friday. Listen, I want to talk to y'all about something real quick. All right, if you're on YouTube, it's Miss Ronnie Rides. All right, so subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and the thumbs up. And on TikTok, it's just Miss Ronnie. Listen, I was listening to a video on Roland Martin, and this is not about him. This is about part of the speech that he played from Dr. Martin Luther King. And Dr. Martin Luther King was addressing, a crowd and addressing black people and telling them, black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. And I guess that was his way of trying to encourage people, black people to encourage black people, right? Trying to encourage black people, and trying to lift their self-esteem, and people always want to talk about black being beautiful, but we want people to see us past the surface of our skin color, right? We want them to see the character. That's what we want people to judge us by, the character and not our skin color. But when y'all say, or when we say black is beautiful, the only thing that it seems to be people are talking about is the skin color. But there's nothing beautiful about Sexy Red. That's nothing beautiful about. We want people to see past the skin color and see the character of black people, but not when we pushing that kind of stuff. That black is not beautiful when they act like Sexy Red, and when they act like Megan Thee Stallion, and when they act like the male rappers and stuff, Big Pimpin' and that thong and all this here kind of stuff, and slapping cheeks and booty eating and all this kind of stuff. This is the black stuff. This is the stuff that's being promoted. With black people. Let me turn my cruise control on, child, and put it on 44, because I'm in Pearland and this police officer behind me, and I don't want no problems. So let me just turn my cruise control on and set my thing at 44, even though the 43, even though the speed limit is 45. So anyway, we don't, we want people to see us. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King said. That man, he wants us to get to a place where man is not judging us for our skin color, but our character. But when that is the majority of our character that's being presented, how they gonna judge us other than being nasty and trashy and ghetto and violent, when that is who they are using and pushing to represent us? They're not. You don't see them pushing Samuel Jackson or Denzel Washington or Angela Bassett to represent the majority and represent black people as a whole, or black Americans, the one or two that have risen up, and in the ranks and outside of the Illuminati, outside of the Baphomet, outside of all of that trash, outside of selling their soul and selling out their souls and their booty holes. You don't see them pressing. You don't see them lifting them up to be a representation of us. You see them pushing Sexy Red and Glorilla and Lil Tigger, whatever his name is, and Soldier Boy, and you see all of these thug people that they're, and nasty, disgusting girls that they are pushing in the rap business. It's only in that business, you know, that they're pushing as a representation of black people. So what character can they use to represent us that makes us look good, like beautiful people? Since that's the word that's being used. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black ain't always beautiful when we are cutting each other up constantly, you know, in the neighborhoods. Look at our neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods are poor. Our neighborhoods are down. Our neighborhoods are trashy. Our neighborhoods are violent. That's not beautiful. And some of y'all gonna get mad at me for saying it, but you can't get mad at me for telling the truth. That's not beautiful. Okay, so let's really work in trying to turn our neighborhoods around. Why don't in black neighborhoods? I don't particularly live in a black neighborhood. I live in East Texas. I live off the main road. So I don't particularly live in a black neighborhood, but that doesn't mean that I will not give my time to come and help black neighborhoods turn itself around and clean up and fix up houses and make our neighborhoods beautiful and stuff. And so our neighborhoods won't look like the ghetto that we are making them out to be, you know, that we're turning into. Let's try to make our neighborhoods and our communities look better on the outside, because that's what people see. And then let's really try to work with our young men and our young women to raise their self-esteem up and raise their self-value up and help them to know that they do have value. They do have value, and let's try to work on being able to proudly say black is beautiful, and it has nothing to do with the color of our skin or, you know, our bronze flawless skin or our black don't crack skin. All that is irrelevant when we have trash that's representing us. Okay, so y'all understand what I'm saying? So let's try to do better in changing the narrative from how people see our race by getting together, getting mature, you know, godly women, or just mature, clean women that walk in integrity and good character. And trying to get them to maybe put some type of young women's youth leadership together, and ladies club, young black women's ladies of the future club together or something, to try to teach our young women that you don't have to be a hoochie mama. You don't have to, Sexy Red does not have to be your the person that you look up to and your mentor and all this stuff. Let's try to do that. Let's try to get a boys, you know, club together for black young men, you know, to get themselves together and to, you know, so that they can have a better chance and have somebody decent that they can look up to. There's nothing wrong with wearing a nice button-down shirt and slacks to school. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. You know, a nice pair of jeans and a button-down shirt and a vest. Let's try to encourage them to change the way they dress, change the way they look, and it'll change how they view themselves. It'll change how they view themselves, and it'll change how they carry themselves. If they change how they dress, it'll change how they view themselves. It'll change how they carry themselves. Okay? And let's try to give them something better to look up to than Sexy Red and Soldier Boy and all of them. Please. And let's try to get together and clean up our neighborhoods and clean up our communities, so our communities don't look tore up and tore down and trashy and stuff, and tore up. That's, the Bible says without a vision, the people perish. Okay? The prison is full of people, especially our black young men, with no vision. Okay? The Bible says without a vision, the people perish. That is the reason why. Because they have no vision, they have no purpose. No one has told them you do have a purpose. God does have a plan for your life. There is something better you could do with your life. We need this. We need more mentorship. We need more of this in our neighborhoods, among our people, y'all. Because black is not beautiful when it's behaving the way they are portraying, people to behave and act like that. Okay, especially our people. Black is not beautiful when it's behaved. When it's only one set group of people that they're presenting to us. That's representing us. Okay. That's not beautiful. It's ugly. It's trashy. It's ghetto, and it's destroying our neighborhoods. It's destroying our community. It's destroying our race. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. I hope you share this video.